Hi, everyone. This is Sarah Goodson of 3 Beats Consulting. And today I was inspired to do a live video to go along with my love bomb around what is possible in 6 weeks. So there are two ways to live. There's by default or by design. And living by default looks a lot like waking up and reacting to the happenings of the day, reacting to the weather, reacting to your spouse and kids, the emails in your inbox. It can feel generally disempowering and upsetting with all of the ways that life is disappointing you. And there isn't much intentionality or forward thinking about how you want to experience life and how you want to show up. So, living by default means that your values are hazy, life feels as though it happens to you, and you have no say. Living by design, on the other hand, is an amazing existence. No matter what happens in a day, you feel empowered and equipped to take it on and to work with it, even if it's the worst of circumstances. You feel a general sense of inner peace, excitement, and joy. And designing a life you love requires work. It requires slowing down, exploring what matters to you, what feels good to you, looking at how you get in your own way, and choosing how you want to take action forward. The result that you feel is a sense of wholeness and an ability to take on anything that life brings to you. So we all spend time in one camp or another, sometimes in default and sometimes in design. But as you reflect, I'm curious to know, which one do you tend to live in most? One of my favorite spiritual mentors sent out a newsletter this week, and it has a quote in it that it started that I'm inspired to share. And it reads, quote, "You can change your future now, make it better than it was going to be by showing up today even more as the person you really want to be," unquote, by Dr. Robert Holden. My work is entirely dedicated to supporting people in designing a life they love, which includes their work, their relationships, their money, their home. I talk with people all day, every day about who they want to be, how they want to relate to their life, and what is in the way of their fulfillment, their joy, and their peace. So, in living life by design, choosing how you want to show up for your life is really the key. And living by design doesn't actually require much time to gain momentum. Just because you spent 20, 30, 40, or 50 plus years living mostly in default doesn't mean that you have to spend that same amount of time in design to see the results. No. In fact, the results of living by design are exponential, and the results can occur even instantaneously. So, this theme of living life by design and this quote that I just shared with you got me thinking about the countless ways that I've seen people create tremendous results in a very short amount of time. So, for the sake of this video and this post that I'm sharing, I considered what I have seen and helped my clients and others create within just 6 weeks. So, I'm keeping the names anonymous and I'm using their chosen pronouns as I share this list with you. In just 6 weeks, she created an entire workshop and 6 month group. Women are already enrolling. In just 6 weeks, he created his whole annual financial goal. In just 6 weeks, she met her dream romantic partner and they just moved in together. In just 6 weeks, she let go of 25% of her clients, increased her fees, and decreased her work hours by half. In just 6 weeks, they set up and launched their own podcast on innovation and kindness. Without any advertising, they received subscribers and support in droves. In just 6 weeks, they created the entire layout and summary of their book. So, are you down for an experiment in living by design? Because if you are, I'm sharing a process that I created last week for one of my female entrepreneur groups called Awakened Entrepreneurs. So take at least 1 hour to be with these questions that I'm about to pose to you. And if you're reading this in the list below, and then I want you to commit to taking the next 6 weeks to implement what your vision is. I want you to consider even enrolling a friend or someone else as an accountability partner to help you stay on track. So here's the exercise. There's 3 parts. Part 1 is vision. What do you want to see occur in your life before the end of the year? List everything that you can think of, and it doesn't matter how big or how small. The second question under vision: if your vision came true 100%, how would things be different? That's a really important one to spend some time thinking about and drilling down into. And then the third question under vision is: how do you most want to feel? Many of us imagine that we will feel a certain way once certain things happen. So to really meditate and think about how you want to feel is actually getting you closer to what you actually want to experience. Then you'll move to part 2, which is obstacles. And obstacles can be inner obstacles, thoughts, feelings, right? Beliefs. It could also be external things that are at play. So that's what we're talking about with obstacles. So the first question in obstacles is, what is in the way of your vision now? Second question, are there any judgments that you have about your vision? For example, it's too hard, it'll take too long, it's too big or unreasonable. We tend to all have judgments, so it's really an opportunity to explore yours. Number three, under obstacles, the question is, what do you need to let go of to make your vision a reality? And the last question under obstacles, what do you need to take on or implement to make your vision a reality? And then the last part, part three, is all around action. How will you know that your vision was accomplished? What will the evidence be? Really spend time thinking about that. Number two, what kind of specific support do you want or need from here, internally and externally, to help you move towards your vision? And then the third thing is you want to consider accountability. What kind of accountability do you want and how often do you want it? What's going to support you most? And then the final question is, what steps do you need to take now to get started? Asking yourself these questions and really giving yourself the full permission to explore them. And then the second part is taking 6 weeks to implement this can change your life forever. So if you answer these questions, please email me at thesarahgoodson@gmail.com. Let me know. I genuinely want to hear what you're thinking about, what you're dreaming about, what your challenges are, and what you're facing inside and out, and what your action steps are. So if you email me, I will respond to you. And until next time, I can't wait to hear more about what you're processing through this. You can always email me with updates or questions, but I look forward to hearing what you have to say, and I look forward to serving up more like this soon.